Hello everyone, I am back. My trip to El Salvador was amazing. I did hike the volcano and it was so beautiful and I completely loved it. The only bad side is that I'm super fair skinned. Even though my parents are Salvadorian, we have a lot of Spaniard blood in us, so my skin is super fair. And as I was climbing back down the volcano, I got very sunburned. Basically I got a 2nd-degree sunburn, and I am peeling again for the 2nd time. So yeah, not fun. It hurt. My dress for the wedding basically became a no-go, and I had to use one of my cousin's alternative dresses that was extremely loose, so it didn't hurt my shoulders basically. But yeah, that was totally not fun because I spent money on that clothes for the wedding and I couldn't use it. And I can't return those clothes either because they're from those little tiny like boutique shops, so they don't do refunds. So, oh well, I'll just have to use it for something else. I'm going to be going over my August budget and a couple of transactions that I've done already. I had money left over from my trip, but because I have no receipts and I couldn't track anything because I didn't know that every dollar you need to have internet in order for it to work basically. And since I was international, I didn't have internet, so I wasn't able to track any of my transactions on my phone either. And I wasn't about to be carrying anything while I'm going to those little tiny shops or anything like that. So yeah, I had money left over. I wasn't sure how much, but when I came home, I had to pretty much immediately spend some of it for groceries and a couple of other stuff. So it kind of screwed with my numbers. I'm gonna be off by like $10 probably, but I'm okay with that. I'll just fix it for next month. And yeah, I'll show you how I did. I saved, or not saved, I had probably around $100 in leftover money. My dad did help out a lot, only because it would have been cheaper if I had done what I originally wanted to do, which was use the buses. But my dad and my aunt, who were my cousin's mom, basically, she didn't want either of us to be using the bus, so we had to use taxi. And taxis over there, they're cheap, but the way that they do a lot of stuff is if you want to keep like the same driver, you just basically rent them out for the day. So it costed a little bit more, but we trusted the driver that we had the entire time we were there, so it worked out. My dad paid for a lot of the taxi stuff. As you see here, that my grandma gave me another 20 bucks. She just keeps giving me 20 bucks here and there and stuff. I actually used that $20 to buy us some In-N-Out as I was shopping for groceries and stuff because she went with me. So I had about $97 left over, but I changed this, the plan to $5 under so that it would match what my numbers on my, not even my spreadsheet. I need to make a spreadsheet to be quite honest, but I just write it out. So in order for it to match it, I just lowered it by $5. The rollover I had was the 1209 I had from my Wells Fargo savings, and $20 I had in the checking for a couple of transactions I knew I needed to do. I got paid $714.66, which was a little bit more than I actually anticipated, especially considering that I left early the day I had to fly out, basically. So I had 2 hours less, so that was actually kind of pretty awesome. I got a little bit more than what I was expecting. So because of that, I actually added a little bit more onto my second paycheck. This was at $800, but they actually asked me to come in another day because one of my coworkers wasn't going to be working, so she couldn't come in. So they asked me if I could come in since it wouldn't be going over the 40 hours. I was at 30 hours. I had to work 6 days straight, but whatever, money's money, so I was fine with that. I actually got like about two hours in overtime, so yeah, that's why I'm planning. I'm honestly most likely gonna be making more than this. If my calculations are correct, it's gonna be in the range of $925 to $1,000. Because I don't know about the taxes just yet on big paychecks like this, I don't want to overestimate it. So I just put it at $925, basically taking out as much tax as I possibly could imagine. So one thing I'm going to be getting is Vivo Active. Actually, let me just add this. Vivo Active. Oops. Heart rate. Basically, while I was in El Salvador, I started noticing that my current Vivo Fit is like the first generation of Vivo Fit, and I haven't updated it because I really didn't need to update it. It worked perfectly fine with the strap and everything, so I didn't want to spend the money. But as I was in El Salvador, I noticed that the tint on the face, basically, it's like peeling off. So some of the numbers aren't showing up anymore, and the little bar on the top that shows the movement is peeling as well, so it's not showing it, or it's basically showing all the color. I took out everything else from this. I didn't want to delete it because there's like still money in there or whatever, so I just put it as transfer and put it up there. I returned the Bed Bath & Beyond travel pillow because I forgot it. While my brother was taking me and my dad to the airport, I left it behind in the car seat, basically. So yeah, I forgot it. $43. Totally sucked, but hey, I returned it and got my $43 back. And that's what made that. So this is just an estimate as of right now, $251. It may go up, it may go down. I'm gonna be showing you how I'm splitting my payment for the Vivo Active. I basically decided to get the most recent one. It has the heart rate on the actual wrist and not the strap, which may be a bit more accurate than what I've been getting lately with the strap. I think it's starting to fail me. I've had it for about 2.5 years, so that's fine. I think it's time for an upgrade anyways. This is actually not even going to be the full new one. This is going to be a refurbished one, and I was looking at the Amazon reviews and they said that you could still do the 1-year warranty through Garmin if you just fill out the form with them basically. So as long as I have the warranty, I'm fine with it. Macy's, if you looked at my last video, I didn't get the shoes, but I did get some shorts. So I had to pay that off. This also included a $2 minimum fee because I messed up on the statement dates last month. I thought it was on the 24th and it was on the 14th. So I still had a balance during that time before I paid my bill. So for the August month, I had to pay $2 basically. So that's what this is. So now I've paid it all off. I shouldn't be getting any type of minimum payment next month. I did not pay Anastasia this month. She told me that was fine because of my whole trip stuff. I still owe her $28. I'm honestly probably gonna just mail it to her just because I don't know if she'll accept it from me. So yeah, I'll probably just mail it to her. Paid off my $50 for my GM card. I did have to pay above the minimum payment of $27, and that's because I did buy some stuff. I bought shampoo and conditioner, so I just used my card for that, and I paid it off. Student loan is coming out on the 12th. I paid my mom $300, the $200 from the debt, and the $100 for the insurance. All of this is coming out from my second paycheck, and I'll show you guys that next week probably. Okay, so here's where it gets all funky. Basically this stuff I had to buy as soon as I got home. Trader Joe's was for some chicken. I just needed it for that first week. In-N-Out was when I went with my grandma. And the Sprouts stuff that I bought, because I had most of my stuff at my boyfriend's, I had to buy a couple of things here at my parents'. So I bought one of each basically. I bought 1 onion, 1 tomato, 1 bell pepper, a couple of bananas, a bag of limes, 4 1 bars, a can of beets, some almond milk, and 2 dozen eggs. And I still have some of this stuff, so it'll probably last me a little bit, a couple more days. And then I took out $120 for the rest of my money. For gas, I really doubt I'm even gonna need $80, to be quite honest. I had $15 still, and I still haven't even had to use that money, so I really doubt that I'm gonna have to need $80 for the entire month. It is going to work as way closer, and I'm wasting so much less gas, so I'm very excited about that. This basically already cut my bill, my gas bill, and almost half of it, so I'm very excited about that. That means more money for debt. For travel, I had to buy this. My grandma has a little bit of an Alzheimer's, and she had to take care of my cat while we were away, unfortunately, because we didn't know that my grandma was going to be here while we were in El Salvador. She had just decided out of the blue that she was going to come, and we just happened to have to go to El Salvador while she was here. So my grandma had to take care of my cat and the birds and my turtle, and we think she was overfeeding my cat because she went through the 2 bags that I had for trouble, so in 5 days, which was kind of shocking to me, but I can't really get mad at my grandma because she's my little grandma, so it is what it is. I had to buy another bag of food. I bought the different kind. I bought Primal because they did have the turkey when I went, so I just bought it, and it was on sale as well, so I bought it. This one is the one that Trouble really likes, so I just got it for her. The next 2 will probably be the Northwest one though, because Primal's a bit more expensive, obviously. Okay, so I took out $15 for fun money, and that is because I already used $16 today for a new planner slash wallet. They have these like zippered planners that I use as a wallet. I use a cash envelopes system that I punch basically into the planner and just carry it with me. And I put all my transactions in there when I remember, at least. I'm trying to implement a different system for the transactions, so I'm not so I don't forget any of it, basically. And entertainment, I use my entertainment money selfishly, somewhat. I had to buy a couple of food stuff on my first couple of days working from coming back from El Salvador, just because I didn't have my food cooked yet, so I bought some Starbucks. I needed coffee that day, and I bought some food there, and then I bought a Subway wrap another day. So yeah, I'm okay with that. I put another $10 in there, so I'm still at 15. Here's the other $100 that I paid. And for household hygiene, I had to get some, what is it called? Like aloe vera, basically. Not the real one, but the one with the lidocaine gel stuff. Just because it hurt. So when I got home, I bought that from Target. I kept trying to find something while I was in El Salvador, and everybody looked at me kind of weird because apparently no one burns over there. So yeah. Alright, so that should be it for this check-in. I'm gonna go over how I broke everything down a little bit. So I had 58 hours, which came out to $714. For my second paycheck, I'm gonna be doing 80 hours minimum, with 3 hours of overtime, maybe even more. So I'm looking at a paycheck of $925 to $1,000 most likely, but we'll see. I'm gonna guesstimate it on the low end, and if I make more, then awesome. For cash out, basically it's the stuff in the parentheses, including the Macy's. So I had $120 for groceries, $30 for gas. Since I had $15 still for gas, it comes out to $45. $30 is for travel. I did use $21 already, so I'm not gonna be pulling out another $30 next time. I'm gonna be pulling out $22, and that's only because I had $13 from rollover from the last cash out. I took out $10 for entertainment. I'm gonna be taking out $15 for fun money. Well, actually, I already took out the $15 for fun money, and I used it already, so I won't be taking out any more. I took out $20, and that was for the Macy's, so that came out to $225. I had $45 cash already on me, so I took out $180. I took out another $300 as well for my mom. I left $50 at my bank and $39 as well, plus another $13 from last month for the August the Planner Society kit. So that came out to $89 plus the $480 that I cash out, take out, so it was $569. I had to pull out all the money from the ATM because I worked 6 days straight and wasn't able to go to the bank because I go in at 8 o'clock and I get out at 6:30 to 7 o'clock basically. So there's no time for me to go to the bank, and there's no banks that are close enough for me to go to during my lunch either. So I just took it all out in 20s basically, and I broke it up at the store. So I had $714 check plus $12 from rollover. That came out to $726. $726 minus the $569, minus the $13 from the Planner Society kit. That came out to $144. That's left over. I'm going to be taking out $141. That's going to be put into the Wells Fargo savings so that it can be transferred to the Capital One 360 account. From there, I have $29 already. I'm going to be putting another $5 in a roll of dimes that I have. So that comes out to $175 that I'm going to pay Chase to buy my Vivo Active heart rate from Amazon and get my credit basically. So it's very complicated, but it all works out in the end. Alright, so that's it for this first week of August. If you guys have any comments or questions on how I've been doing things, it's a very weird month because of the whole trip and stuff, but I will work it out as much as I can. Alright, so if you guys want to like the video or hit subscribe if you want to see more from me, I would really appreciate it, and I will talk to you guys later. Thank you. Bye.